Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Saven's World, the gaming channel for the average gamer, by an average gamer. And today, we are once again jumping into the zombie apocalyptic world that is 7 Days to Die. We're going to be looking at the various biomes and terrains that 7 Days to Die has to offer. Each of these biomes has unique qualities and features that can be beneficial to the player. It is very important to get to know these biomes and what they have to offer. So let's go ahead and jump in-game and take a look at each of the biomes of 7 Days to Die. This biome is called the Burnt Forest biome, and for good reason. Pretty much everything is burnt to a crisp. You'll notice on the ground there are a lot of these like cinder block charcoal piles. These are a great place to get some basic wood, but they also garner coal. Excellent resource that you will need later on in the game. It's also a great place to find birds' nests. Sometimes birds' nests can be very difficult to locate and see, but in the burnt forest biome, because there is very little grass, it is much easier to see birds' nests on the ground. There's one there. Got one here. Another excellent feature of the burnt forest biome is these little ruined houses. They are pretty much everywhere, but they have lootables inside of them that are very easy to access. Early on in the game, it is very important if you are in the burnt forest biome to hit up these little houses. They can save your life for sure. They can get you some great starter materials such as water and even food that will be very hard to find early on in the game. But they can also prolong your life. You will also see that by looting the oven, you can also find cooking pots. Cooking pots are a very important item that you want to find as early as possible in the game. With a cooking pot, it opens up so many more recipes in the campfire for you to use. There are a couple of things that you need to be careful about while you're in the burnt forest. First, these large cinder piles here, if you step on them, there's a chance that they will light you on fire. Just like that. Being on fire is no fun. It does hurt you and deplete your health pool. So be careful when you're out and about in the burnt forest about walking over the cinder piles, because there is a chance that they will set you on fire. Another thing you want to be careful of while in the burnt forest is dogs. Dogs can spawn in the burnt forest. While they are rare, they have been known to be found in the burnt forest biome. So just be very careful when wandering through the burnt forest that you do not run into any dogs, especially early game. Dogs early game are almost insta-death. They are very OP zombies in this game. Be very careful, run away from dogs. Another unique feature of the burnt forest biome is the appearance of corpses. Corpses can be found strewn about the burnt forest biome. Corpses are very good sources of loot. They often hold weapons parts, sometimes food and water, and most of the time a good amount of ammo. So anytime you come across a corpse, loot it up, see what it has to offer, you might be surprised. Another unique feature of the burnt forest biome, and one that is not very widely known, is the fact that you can indeed find fertilizer in the burnt forest biome. If you open your map and take a look, you'll notice these black areas on the map. That indicates that fertilizer is available in this area. If we go take a closer look at this area, you will notice little white speckles in the dirt. That is a telltale sign that fertilizer is available in the area. Now, fertilizer is a very valuable resource. However, it can be difficult to craft. But why craft it when you can just pull out your shovel and dig it up from the ground? Let's go ahead and dig this area out and see what we get. Alright, so for just that little amount of work, we were able to gather 5 fertilizer. That is awesome. 5 fertilizer from that little work. It would take you forever to craft 5 pieces of fertilizer. So keep that in mind. Don't spend the time crafting it. If you have a burnt forest biome nearby, just look for those little black spots on the map, hit one up, do some digging, and get yourself some fertilizer. One more note about the burnt forest biome. You do have a tendency to overheat while in this biome. Be sure to bring some clothing with negative insulation, that way you can monitor your body temperature and don't overheat while in this biome. This is the plains or prairie biome. I apologize for the weather, seems to be a rainy day, but Mother Nature does what Mother Nature does. We're not going to let that stop us. We're going to explore this biome regardless. One benefit of the prairie biome is that it is a very good place to find corn. Now, corn can be a little difficult to find in the game, but if you stumble across a prairie biome, do a little bit of searching, you should easily find an ear of corn, just growing from the ground. Once you have one ear of corn, it's easy to turn that into seeds so you can grow as much corn as you want. The prairie biome is also a great place to find goldenrod flower. Goldenrod flower is a key ingredient in goldenrod tea, which not only restores your stamina, restores your hydration, it also gives you wellness, can remove dysentery, and can also remove the burning effect if you happen to set yourself on fire. The prairie biome is easily recognizable. It has some very unique features that make it stand out from all of the other biomes in 7 Days to Die. First, you'll notice that all of the grass, or most of the grass, is this tannish light brown color. That's an easy way to recognize that you're in the prairie biome. Also, there's not many trees hanging about. And the trees that do hang about are usually clumped up in little groups like this. Now it is time to discuss the major drawback of the prairie biome. Take a look straight ahead and you notice in the background, there's a cactus there, there's a cactus there, there's a cactus there. No biggie, we can see those, but looking straight ahead, we're good. There's nothing there. Let's just go ahead and run straight forward and... oh, what the... stupid cactus. The prairie biome is littered with these tiny little cactus that will get you every time. Because the grass is so much taller than the cactus, they can be very difficult to spot. So as you're running through the prairie biome, you'll stumble across these guys time and time again. They can be very annoying. And if you're not careful, they can eat away at your health pool. They can kill you. Be careful. The stupid cactus are everywhere. This is the desert biome. The desert biome is home of the aloe vera plant, home of the yucca fruit, and home to the cactus. And lots of sand. Sand everywhere. But that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Sand is a very useful commodity. The aloe vera plant is a very useful item indeed. It is used to make medicines, and medicines restore your health pool. The yucca fruit is used in order to make yucca juice. Yucca juice restores your stamina, restores your hydration level, gives you wellness, and also has a cooling effect. The desert is a very hot biome. It is easy to overheat while in the desert. Having some yucca juice handy can be very beneficial. Raw yucca fruit by itself restores stamina and also restores a little bit of fullness. The desert cactus is a great source of plant fibers. You also can obtain yucca fruit from each cactus. Just be careful to keep your distance. Don't run into the cactus or you will take damage. Like so. Stupid cactus. Doop doop doop. Oh, God. Stupid cactus. One thing to keep in mind while in the desert biome. Wood and stones can be a little scarce. However, if you do look, you can find both. To find wood in the desert, you just want to look for these little guys hanging out on the ground. They're kind of small and kind of hard to spot, but they do contain wood. Stones are a little bit easier than wood because you will find these boulders scattered out around in the desert biome. They're not as numerous as in some other biomes, but they are there. This is the spawn of evil biome. Wait, no, that's not right. Satan's playground, but no, that's not right either. Oh, it's the wasteland biome, that's right. The wasteland biome. Although the other two names are pretty accurate. This biome is straight up evil. Zombie dogs are everywhere in this biome. And as we all know, zombie dogs are one of the most, if not the most, terrifying zombies in this game. They will chase you, they will catch you, and they will eat you. The wasteland biome is also the home to the dreaded feral white zombie. The feral white zombie is one of the toughest zombies in the game. They are literally bullet sponges. They take so much damage to take down, and they are very, very fast. No matter the settings, they will always run at you. Even if you have your game set to never run, the feral white zombies do not care. They always run. Very, very tough zombie indeed. Stay away from them until you gain a little bit of experience and know how to deal with them. As if zombie dogs and feral white zombies were not enough, the wasteland biome is also littered with landmines. That's right, landmines. Everywhere. And of course, you never seem to see them until you step on them, explode, and die. I would highly recommend to avoid the wasteland biome like the plague. There is literally no reason to come here. Honestly, there are not very many useful items in the wasteland biome. Sure, the wasteland does have iron littered practically everywhere, but honestly, iron is not that difficult to get. That is not reason enough to come to the wasteland. It just is not worth fighting off the packs of zombie dogs, the feral whites, and possibly running into the occasional landmine, exploding, and dying. In my honest opinion, there is no reason to enter the wasteland biome. Stay away, stay away, stay away. One last note on the wasteland biome. If by chance you do come across the wasteland biome, try to stay on the road. While zombie dogs and feral whites can still spawn on the roadside of the wasteland biome, at least here there are no landmines. You can safely traverse the wasteland biome if you stick to paths and the road. Don't go straying off into the wasteland biome. That's a good way to step on a landmine and blow yourself up. Again, I would caution you to stay away from the wasteland biome. This next area, while technically not a biome, is a very important location in any world on 7 Days to Die. This is the hub city. Let's take a look at the hub city on the map. The hub city is always located on the center of the map and is absolutely massive. It should contain at least one of every store POI in 7 Days to Die. But you also have to take the bad with the good, because the hub city will also contain every zombie type available in 7 Days to Die. That's right, that means it is filled with zombie dogs, feral white zombies, zombie cops, spider zombies, you name it, the hub city has it. I would recommend that new players steer clear of the hub city until you get a little more experience and go up a few levels. You don't want to tackle the hub city too early on. Even experienced players can run into trouble in the hub city if they are not careful. This is the forest biome. Now, the forest biome can technically be broken up into two separate biomes. The first biome contains primarily pine trees. The second forest biome contains the leafy trees. Luckily, I was able to locate a place on the map where both variations of the forest biome intersect. Let's take a look at the map and see the difference between the two forest biomes. As you can see, here are the two forest biomes. The forest biome, comprised primarily of pine trees, is a deeper shade of green. The forest biome, comprised primarily of the leafy trees, is a lighter shade of green. The forest biomes are one of the most useful biomes in the game. Not only do they have trees everywhere, which give you an abundance of wood, they also have several rock outcroppings, which give you abundance of stone and raw iron. They also have several useful plants, such as cotton. They have goldenrod flower. They even have snowberries. And they also contain chrysanthemum. All very useful plants and things that you will need to gain eventually in 7 Days to Die. The forest biome also has plenty of birds' nests, so you'll never be lacking in feathers or eggs. And of course, there is plant fiber all around you. The forest biome also has an abundance of clay deposits. You see this ground here? If we dig down in this ground, we will get clay. Clay is a very, very valuable resource that is used in many, many crafting recipes. The forest biome would be a great place to build your permanent base. The only drawback, or the major drawback, to the forest biome is that sometimes it can be difficult to locate low and level ground in order to build your base. But eventually, if you keep looking, you will find a decent spot to call home in the forest biome. I would also like to mention this. Water is very, very important in 7 Days to Die. You will die if you don't have water. So be on the lookout for a good water source to keep your character hydrated. Let's go ahead and open up the map so we can take a look and see what water actually looks like on the map. As you probably could have guessed, water will be labeled as blue on the map. It is very important to locate a water source and build your base relatively close to that water source. While there are ways around having to be close to a water source, some players feel that having a water source in your house takes away from the fun of the game. Plus, it can't hurt to have a water source nearby. So, as you're out exploring, always keep your eyes peeled for a great water source. It's a very, very good thing to have access to. This is the snow biome. It is very similar to the forest biomes with one major difference. It's covered in snow. And now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because snow can be turned into drinking water. All you have to do, go up to any part of the ground with your shovel, dig up some of the snowballs. There we go, we've got 40 of them. Come on over here to the campfire. Open that bad boy up. You are going to need your cooking pot. You're also going to need to put a little fuel on the fire. And there you go. We have everything we need. Empty jars, snowballs, cooking pot and fuel in our campfire. Now we can cook up all that yummy bottled water. Life-saving water. courtesy of the snow biome. The snow biome is also a great place to find these guys. These are tree stumps. You can find some pretty good loot in the tree stumps from time to time. For instance, I found 2 cans of chili. That's not bad. You can also find weapons, clothing, honey is a good thing to find in tree stumps. You can find flashlights. You can find pretty much anything in a tree stump here. So be on the lookout. They are everywhere in the snow biome. The snow biome is also home to one unique zombie that you will not find anywhere else, and that is the lumberjack zombie. These guys are tough. They take a lot of damage to take down, and if they catch you, they hit very, very hard. It's probably best to try to fight these guys from a distance. While you can run up and melee attack them, like I said, they hit hard. If they punch you, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna take a lot of damage. So just be careful when you're in the snow biome that you don't run into some lumberjack zombies. They can be difficult. One more thing to keep in mind while you're in the snow biome. You can get very, very cold very, very fast. As you can see, I am already down to 41 degrees. Once you get down to 30 degrees, you start experiencing hypothermia, and you can die very, very quickly. So if you come to the snow biome, make sure you bring your warm clothing. You want positive insulation on your clothing stats. If you do not have positive insulation stat clothing, you probably will not fare well in the snow biome. You can, however, make yourself up a campfire, throw some fuel in there, and turn that on in order to heat yourself up temporarily. Your temperature will start to rise, but the moment you step away from the campfire, it will start to plummet again. Even if you have a heavy duster on, which I have, it will not protect you 100% from the cold. Make sure you bring multiple items of well-insulated clothing and have the materials on hand to both craft a campfire and start a fire. They don't call it the snow biome for nothing. This next biome is called the radiated zone. But wait, Saven, you might be saying, this looks like the forest biome. Well, you'd be right. I haven't quite entered the radiated zone yet, and there's a very, very good reason for that. You may notice I placed down a bedroll, created a chest, and put all of my items in it. That's because we're about to go there. Now, if you can see the edge of the biome right there, you can notice the radiated zone by the kind of sick green color in the ground. Also, if you look at your map, it is very obvious where the radiated zone is. Green, you're fine. Red, you're dead. Let's go ahead and enter that radiated zone so you guys can see exactly what happens if you enter the radiated zone unprotected. And just like that, we're dead. You do not last long in the radiated zone. Now you see why I put a bedroll down. You also see why I made a chest and put all my items in there. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to take one for the team and show these guys and gals exactly what happens if you enter that radiated zone. Stay away from it unless you have a full set of hazmat gear. Even then, there's really no reason to go into the radiated zone. There's no special loot out there. There's no fantastic weapons or stuff that you can't get anywhere else. Just basic rule, stay out of the radiated zone. The radiated zone encompasses the very outside of the map. While some games just have a barrier, when you reach the edge of the map, you'll just stop and you can't go any further. 7 Days to Die did a very clever thing and made the edge of the map an actual radiated zone that will kill you if you enter it. While yes, you can enter the radiated zone with a full hazmat suit equipped, there really, like I said, is no reason to do so. There's nothing special about the radiated zone other than it contains massive, massive amounts of death. So as you are exploring the world, if you see this sick color green, do not enter this zone. I wish I could say that I learned about this secondhand, that I learned about it from the internet or from a friend. Unfortunately, I learned the very, very hard way. One of my very first playthroughs, I actually spawned right by the radiated zone. I was brand new to the game, barely knew anything, so I was just going about collecting some materials. Then all of a sudden, I started taking damage and I fell over dead. And I'm like, what? There's no zombies here. Nothing hit me. What the heck's going on? I knew nothing about the radiated zone. It was extremely frustrating, let me tell you. Not the best way to learn about this instant death zone. That's why I've included it in this video. I want to make sure that you guys do not repeat my mistakes. So, be sure to stay out of the radiated zone, otherwise, this will happen. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A basic rundown of each biome in 7 Days to Die. While there is more to say on each of these biomes, I hope this does give you a general outline of exactly what to expect from these biomes. Some of the pluses and some of the minuses. Some of the good things and some of the dangers you might face. Saven here saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Saven's World. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below with any thoughts, questions, or feedback. And remember, the average gamer is always king of the hill on the bell curve. Just in case you thought I was joking about the wasteland, I was just minding my own business, riding my mini bike through this area, and was set upon by 3 zombie dogs. Boom, boom, boom. Minding my own business, driving through the wasteland, and there they were. So I decided to pull over and take care of them. Once again, I'm not joking. The wasteland sucks. Stay away. Do not enter. Normally, just stay on your mini bike and keep traveling straight through until you exit the wasteland. Let the zombie dogs, let the feral whites, let the landmines have it. No need for you to go there. Make that 4 zombie dogs just driving down the road. Stupid cactus.